Welcome back to the podcast. We're going to do how to train in your 30s.
Sort of take two, bro?
Yep, take two. Last week we buggered it up. It's my fault. My SD card went over.
Yeah, sweet.
Got full up. But sort of the pivotal decade. So discuss how the 30s, often a transition period in life.
Yep.
Family, kids.
That's the main one for me.
Trying to build the base, like fucking mortgages, house, saving up.
That's it, bro. Like, things change. And we're kind of blessed being in that athlete realm for the first half of our adulthood. Now things have changed. You've got less time on your hands. You've got more responsibilities, and you have to work with what you got.
Is it harder at the moment? Fuck, I feel like it's harder to make it, like get the house and all that sorted, career.
Yeah, there's
things, cost of living, interest rates are going up.
Lots going on, bro. I think just being able to find what works for you is the key, especially at this age.
Or the conspiracy theories of just getting fuck when you're at the bottom of the food chain. Sometimes you're like, fuck,
got to make do, bro.
Got to work hard. So, one thing you can sort of take care of is your physical body.
Yeah,
just sort of the main one, like not getting sick, not getting injured. So you're at your best. What's helped you?
Time management. Understanding what hours within my day that I can work with, because I do have a family, and whether it's early mornings, which works for me, or late in the afternoons, and just being able to, work that within my family, and it's very important for me to be switched on in both parts or both realms, being able to focus and dial in on what I'm doing for my training, and then being able to focus in when I'm with my family as well. Yeah,
I hate when men use the excuse of family and children as their excuse to not, get in better physical shape.
Yeah, bro.
It's a especially big one. When they're injury ridden and all that. It's a big excuse, and it's an easy one to fall back on.
Yeah, you should be able to find everyone's like we always say, everyone's got the same amount of time during their days. It's just being able to be smart enough to figure out when you can find those blocks of time. Right out your week, right at the times where you're either. You can actually figure it out quite smartly and just look at your screen time. That's the perfect way to figure out, how many hours within your week you're actually wasting, and then trying to take some of those hours away from the screen time and then fill it with something that's good for you.
Yeah, and that 30-minute sort of time blocking things are real good.
Yeah, man.
You can do it for 2 or 3 days and you'll sort of see the times that are available to you.
It's a lot easier for someone who, if you do have a 9-to-5 job, then all you have to worry about is time blocking for the times that you're not at work, really. And that being said, you can still get stuff done at work as well. It's just being able to figure out what works for you.
And then actually spending quality time with your family as well. Like an hour dedicated. Fully focused time. Man. That's a lot compared to just fucking around.
That's been a huge win for me lately, bro. I would say since being in this, game with you for the last 2 years, like I do tend to be on my phone a little bit too much.
I'm a shocker too.
Yeah, it's just the nature of the beast. But yeah, giving that time to my son especially, it's been a real big key for me. And now that I've found that time slot, it's like it's just on a repeat. Every day it's the same time every day in the afternoon. And then when I'm going to do my own thing, which is my training, or I'm trying to upskill myself, it's a lot easier for my brain to handle.
And I think people underestimate how much work or how much time it actually takes to get a good little solid block in. Like you can get a lot of work done in 5 to 10 minutes as well, especially bodyweight stuff. Like we love our ladder sets and all those things that we do. We're fans of bodyweight movements. Mobility pretty much is 95% bodyweight, no equipment stuff that we sort of do. And then we love having our barbell movements and complement them with the chins and dips and sort of the basics.
And it works well. Like I said to you before, time management's the biggest thing that we as 35 or plus, 30-year-old plus, have to deal with, and like you don't have to go to the gym and like how many times we go to Anytime Fitness, bro, and you watch people train and they're spending fucking an hour and a half doing absolutely nothing during the whole time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bag anyone that goes to the gym. It's a good thing. But a lot of that time's pretty much wasted, bro. And if you can just, shorten the time to 30 minutes to 45 minutes, boom. You can just continuously keep doing that too.
Yeah, it's one of the most wasted sort of times. With if you follow a proper program, you're just being super efficient with your time. And then with coaching, when you get a coach, you're leveraging that coach's experience and you're saving time. I was thinking the other day, like, people sometimes say to me, I'm just going to go do the YouTube and free stuff for mobility. And I'm like, fuck, I reckon if you did a month with me, it would probably...
The ratio, I know what you're saying.
Probably 12 months.
Yeah.
Like, you can do 12 months of YouTube. I reckon I can get you better results in 1 month.
Because you just filtered through all the shit, right?
Yeah.
And you're giving them your gold.
Yeah, and sort of they leverage my experience.
Yeah,
of just all those little knickknacks. Like,
I like that, bro.
Same with you. You've seen the little things that sort of the devil's in the detail with a lot of coaching style, and it's hard to communicate that to people that just have no sort of idea or no basic sort of thing of the results they can actually get through coaching.
Yeah. And it makes it a lot easier as a client too, because you don't have to worry about, everything's set out for you. You don't have to worry about, what you're doing the next day if you're pretty much prepared, by that Sunday. And all it is just executing. When you don't have to worry about anything and just execute, it becomes a lot easier.
You just save so much time.
So much time, bro. That's the big thing, and that's why I enjoy when I showed that Rob Dyrdek thing to you, and we always talk about time slotting. Like, I fucking love that shit. Being able to hack, your times and all that sort of shit. It's the biggest key, I reckon, at this age.
Have you seen the video of Hormozi when he's talking to that guy who sort of came and questioned him, how do I become successful? And I think he was a single dad. Remember he's on the plane?
Oh, yeah, on the plane, yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking, that guy's not going to follow that, what he's telling him. Like, he's just not ready for that truth of how much work it's going to take to...
Yeah, and it really takes you having an honest fucking conversation with yourself. And, some people are just not willing to have that.
But I think the people that are listening to this podcast are like, fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
The other cunts are just not bothering listening or don't know how we sort of speak are like, But I think the people... who are probably
we speak
listening to us.
We speak to us.
Fuck, we know. They're ready for the truth. There's just some people that are not ready for the truth or hurts their feelings or. But I feel like the people that we speak to.
Yeah, it hits a note, bro.
Yeah,
it has to. A lot of my clients are around my age. They do the same things, that they have families, and they do the same things that I do. And it's easy to repeat, to them because they've constantly been coached by me.
So. Get that out of the way. So we'll sort of try and go to a bit more tactical level of setting out your week. I always say if you're going to got 3 weight sessions a week, I always find it's better to do full body and break up each session into 15 minutes mobility, 45 minutes weights.
You're mad.
And that's 3 hours a week. That's
solid.
That's a solid amount. And then probably do the 2 other 15-minute mobility sessions on the Tuesday, Thursday in between those sessions.
How would you fit in something like cardio if someone wanted to do cardio?
I would do them. You could go. If you want to do weights and cardio, you got to at least do 4 and 5 sessions a week.
Yeah.
And then you can run in between those days.
Yeah.
So you can do 2 weights or 2 runs.
Yep.
Or you can do. That's probably minimum, to be honest.
Yeah.
To actually improve on things.
And that being said, too, finding a form of cardio that's enjoyable for you too, right?
Yep.
You can't, I know I can't go out and fucking start sprinting down the park for 30, 40 minutes. I need to prepare myself for that. And preparing for myself would be something, I consider now doing sleds or reverse dead mills my cardio.
Yep.
And then, I might fill in some boxing sessions like what you do. And I really enjoy skipping at the moment. So it's sort of, that being said about the cardio issues, sort of finding something that's a little bit more enjoyable for yourself as well, because no one likes flogging themselves at this age. You got to play a bit more smarter.
Yeah, and the more busted you are, the more sort of focus you should do on that foundation
stuff.
So instead of doing the cardio or the hard out hit sort of style, maybe try and build up those foundations, get your hips working, get your knees better, your ankles, your shoulders before.
Do you think a lot of the mentality is because, when we were younger, we could go and flog ourselves for 6 weeks, get mad results and be mad. Do you think that mentality gets carried on as you get older, which is why a lot of people either get injured or they don't get results?
Yeah, I just don't think they take into account you're getting older. Can't recover as good.
Yeah.
And it catches up with you real quick. Don't you think? What about Oztag's probably the worst? How many people here get injured playing Oztag?
Even games of touchdown the park,
Yeah,
right?
touch, Oztag, anything, because you're going from the office, you ain't training right, and then you go straight into an Oztag game, which, like, it's no contact, but, like, you're sprinting.
Yeah.
So you're asking your body to perform at a super high level, bang, your groin goes, bang, your hammy goes.
And a lot of it's emotionally attached, bro. Like, they'll go to work and then their work colleagues will be like, man, can you come play this Oztag game? Like, we need to fucking fill a spot. Mind you haven't played Oztag or any sort of footy for 7 years, and then you just think you're going to put the boots on and start fucking running.
Yeah, and you're sprinting full pace. Like, someone runs down, you got no option but to chase them. Like,
And you're
no warm-up.
And
like,
you're carrying an extra fucking 15 kilos too, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
I reckon I'd probably, like, get close to an injury if I played, like, a one-off Oztag game. Just out of... I remember going playing the Maldives tournament one year, and I hadn't played that whole season. It was fucking torture, bro. I was struggling. I remember Brad Clark was going, come on, Stabby. It's going, bro, I am fucked.
I couldn't do it. Like last year when I played my last season of footy, I certainly felt it, bro. There's like, you don't have that, just that constant recycle of yards underneath you, man. And like going onto the field, it's just, fuck it. Honestly, I felt like shit.
You feel like shit.
And bro, I was playing like shit too. So I'm like, fuck this, I'm fucking quitting.
Yeah, that was like me. I played A grade at the end, and I was just like, fuck. Like, you're not training as much as you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a shadow of yourself. Shadow of your
bro.
former self. And you're like, it's time to chuck it. I chucked it in super early.
And that being said too, like, you know, that's fuck. It's closely tied into the ego. You know, I go for walks in the morning and I'm like, ooh, I could probably run right now. And I'll have to like stop myself and hold the reins.
Yeah.
And that's just as important too. Because I know that eventually down the track, like I'll give you an example, bro. I jumped in the pool the other day. Got a little pool in my backyard. And I was like fucking doing A-skips and shit in the pool. And I'm like, bro, fuck, how good's it being light? So like that there sort of translated into why I walk. Because, you know, I know that I could probably run, but I don't want to be banged up for fucking 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 6 months. So I'd rather just work towards, you know, getting a weight where I know I can probably, you know, go a little bit faster, going from a walk to a jog and then a jog to a slow run and then a slow run to a faster one. So yeah, just being at this age, the point I'm trying to make is just being able to build consistently over time.
Same with deadlifting and squatting. So many guys get injured doing that, like chasing weights that just don't prove anything to anyone.
Bro, like, I don't think there's any point in doing that, eh? Like, I understand why, you know, if you want to get strength or strong, but there's ways to get strong, you know, without having to put your body through that.
Yeah, I think when you start deadlifting, I pulled 250 one time at the gym, and then, yeah, if I started deadlifting now, like, I wouldn't feel that great until, like, over 200, the amount of time that takes. Yeah, I've just given up deadlifts.
Like, I understand why people want to get deadlifts, but, you know, unless you're, for me, my mindset's this, unless you're competing, you know, if you're a powerlifter, or unless you compete for like CrossFit or anything like that, then I really don't think there's any point.
Yeah, I feel like some guys just get away with it from their body just being, I don't know, sort of solid for a deadlift.
Yeah.
And then there's others that, yeah, got no.
And that's a small percentage, right? Those guys that can get away. But everyone else, fucking no chance.
Especially when we ask people to send a hinge in and they don't even know how to hinge properly. Like, so you're loading the wrong muscles to eventually, you're just going to build up to the point where you're at a weight where your back's just going to say, nope.
Old fucking Harbour Bridge, eh, bro?
Like, yeah, and the disc is going to go like, I've been there before, and yeah, you're going to be out for 4 weeks with a disc injury and stuff. So
exactly,
you got to weigh up those things. If you're not competing, just do a trap bar. That's all right.
Yeah, bro. Trap bars work. I fucking love trap bars. And or like, you know, work from top down. Do an RDL. RDLs are healthy as long as you, what we said before is you understand the hinge pattern.
But if you're a good deadlifter, fucking go hard.
Do what you want. Enjoy yourself.
I think we spoke about last week about like those strength standards in your 30s.
Yeah.
We had like pull-ups.
Yeah, I think I went a bit too fucking like this last week with it. But yeah, Pull-ups.
Doing five pull-ups, a solid start. Like that's our sort of start. And then like I'm fucking real good's 20. And then you have your in-between. So 5, 10, 15, 20 as a max set.
Push-ups.
We had 10.
Yep.
Just as your base level as a male.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got 20, 40, maybe 50.
Yeah,
I did 50 the other day. I told my son, he's not allowed a gym membership till he can do 50 push-ups. And he said, can you do 50? And I went, oh. I did 50. I don't know if I can probably do them today, but
okay,
you get them out. What else do we have? Dips. 10 dips,
Yep.
20s, up to 40.
Yep.
Squats,
air squats.
Yep. 10 bodyweight squats.
And then like I cut in and said, you know, for lower body, it'd be a lot more mobility focused, I feel.
Yeah.
You know, being able to hit your standards in terms of your mobility, understanding what your hip flexor should be able to do in quad, understanding what hamstrings, blah, blah, blah. So that's, I redirected the standards towards that way anyway.
For that more longevity factor in training.
Factor, yeah. And then like you could be a bit more playful with it, bro. You know, you could do single leg split squats or any type of split squat, or you know, even something really cool like a sissy eventually down the track. But I think nailing that air squat is key.
And that's going to put you in good stead for like till you're 80. I can probably train like we do now till I'm 80. Or can you?
100%, bro.
There's nothing.
Nothing gets in the way. Like if I progress, like, you know, I'm doing my bodyweight sessions Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it's always the same thing. And the reason why I train like that is because 1, I always feel good after, and then 2, I know I can do this for fucking ever.
Yep.
And the progression that I have is not, you know, adding weight to it, bro. It's more like, you know, adjusting the intensity, maybe fucking around with how high I go, maybe fucking with how long I go. So it's having the mindset to increase intensity just by small, minute details, and they add up over time.
Yep. And then if you're a runner, you can do marathons and whatever you want. Just
fuck.
Got a few marathoners in the program, which they go pretty good.
That's mad.
What else?
Bit of food.
Food, yeah. Do your solid training, sort out your food, and you're gonna be in pretty good stead. Don't you think?
Yeah. It just like I'm super simple these days. I majority base of how I eat is, you know, just high meat, protein, carnivore, whatever you want to call it. And then I just fill a bit of the time up. And, you know, if I feel like I'm getting a bit too heavy, then I'll just cut back on how many meals I have. Feel like I need, you know, a bit more energy, then I'll just add a meal.
And then have that weight where you sort of know, oh shit,
yeah,
I know I'm getting out of. Mine's like 103, 104. Okay, I need to dial back in, get back down to
mine's 130.
Just having that range of weight, weighing yourself.
Yeah. Okay. And like, you know, and the one thing that I've done, and I've never done before in my life, bro, is I weighed myself every morning just to have that constant reminder of what you're working towards, you know. And I did want to get down and weight. You know, I went from 130 and I'm now sitting around 117, 118. And like it feels good to see the track record. And I think like having that data for anyone who's actually trying to lose some weight works as well.
Up your protein. More protein you eat, sort of more full you get.
Yeah, man.
Cuts out those carbs or garbage carbs that you eat as well.
It doesn't have to be crazy too. Like if you understand your macros, or if you don't understand your macros, just eat a kilo of meat a day. Yeah. You know, that's for the guys around that 100 kilogram mark. Yeah. And you know, if you feel like you're not losing enough, then you just fuck around with how much calories you're eating around that.
And then just consistency. I find diet, like you can fuck your diet up by going 5 good days, 2 bad days in the weekend.
Oh yeah, like that's a good point too, bro. I feel like, you know, not looking at it from a day perspective, but from 7 days. Yeah. You know, that way you can have a long-term sort of meal plan.
Sort of the calorie in, calorie out still.
Yeah. So like that 2,300 calories for me a day, you know, span that over a week. What's that? Like fucking 1,400? Yeah. 14,000, sorry. Fuck, can't even count properly. But that's it, bro.
Done and dusted?
Done and dusted. Sure.
Yeah, they call me a savage. How I'm putting in work. I hustle and grind, I put in the time, get what I deserve. Savage.